Here we go again. Another horrible story of an American, this time a veteran who served in Iraq, facing a long road to recovery after allegedly being shot by an illegal immigrant while working security at a Texas bar.
Unbelievable. Our Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Mattera joins us with the details on this case that's unfortunately becoming all too familiar.
Yes, good morning, Mark and Allison. So Jimmy Friesenhan, he is a 44-year-old combat veteran who gave 14 years of his life to this country, but the injuries that ended up devastating him didn't happen on the battlefield. It happened right here on American soil while doing security at a local bar.
The early morning of May 4th, that's when Wilmer Vladimir Ruiz Ortega tried entering El Patio Sports Bar in San Antonio. Jimmy, working the door that night, was responsible for patting down patrons and checking for weapons, his sister Becky tells us.
As he was patting him down, he stopped at the right hip pocket, and that's where the gun was. So they struggled for the weapon, and the guy fired shots to apparently hit his vest, and the one hit his throat.
The bullet ripped through Jimmy's esophagus and spinal cord, paralyzing most of his body. He can't eat, breathe, or speak on his own. And just 5 months after becoming a father, he may never be able to hold or play with his little girl.
And he does have a baby who just turned 5 months old. He'll never get to hold his baby. He'll never get to play with her. So this guy did all of that, and he's going to get a slap on the wrist.
And that slap Jimmy's sister is talking about, the shooter thus far has not been charged with attempted murder, just aggravated assault.
For the rest of his life, he's going to need medical intervention. So that's a life sentence that he got. And this guy has aggravated assault. If you unload a whole magazine, that's not aggravated. You're shooting at someone, you're trying to kill them.
The family has launched a GoFundMe to cover long-term care. But the pain goes far deeper than finances. They say Jimmy's near-death experience was entirely preventable if Bexar County's progressive DA, Joe Gonzalez, had done his job and helped get this illegal from Honduras off the streets after a 2020 DUI conviction. ICE has issued a detainer, but that's cold comfort to a family watching their brother fight for every breath, while the system that was supposed to protect him played politics with public safety.
So all this outrage over not allowing them into the country, that's the outrage I want to see to help fight for my brother.
Mark, Allison, it was a hard interview to do, lives shattered for no reason. And Becky and her husband, Emmanuel, kept coming back to this point is who was looking out for Jimmy? A guy who was a veteran, served his country for more than a decade, and yet they're seeing all these ICE riots in LA, and they want these people protesting and hurling objects at the police and setting fire to police cars to know Jimmy's name, someone who actually went overseas to protect their freedoms.
Yeah, I mean, Jason, that makes total sense. But I also wonder, why is he only facing aggravated assault charges instead of something like attempted murder? I mean, does the DA have any explanation for that?
Yeah, it's a great question. So right before our interview, Becky said the DA's office called her, and get this, they're starting to now open up an investigation into the shooting 5.5 weeks later. So more charges may come, but it just left Becky and her husband frustrated. It's like there's no sense of urgency in Bexar County to hold the shooter accountable for what he did to this Marine veteran.
All right, Jason, thanks for that report.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.